स्वागत है आपका दोस्तकास्ट क्लिप्स में। ये है मेरा शेमलेस अटेम्प्ट ताकि आप अभी क्लिप्स देखो और बाद में जाके आप एडिक्ट बन जाओ और पॉडकास्ट देखो। सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना।
Tell me, how will the new education policy, NEP, solve any of this?
I'm not sure.
It isn't. Because you said you've moved to a problem-solving approach.
I'm supposed to
from a
interview
learn-by-rote
the chairman
approach.
of UGC soon. I'm going to find out.
So ask him, when you do, him or her, how he expects. It's fine you've written it down, कि we're moving from rote towards a problem-solving approach. But a problem-solving approach requires the teacher training. The teacher needs to be trained to teach you problem-solving, no? Teacher ही rote का बंदा है, वो कैसे तुमको problem-solving का syllabus
The
सिखाएगा?
negation of rote is just a void.
Yeah, and
There is
mind
nothing.
you, I went to very good schools and say 40 to 50% of my teachers were bad. Imagine the general public ka schools. I have had a very privileged life. What about normal schools? I've literally seen teachers in schools I've gone to teaching outright wrong mathematics to kids.
Like that defies the rules of math?
It was just a wrong way of solving the problem. It was wrong.
Okay.
Teaching them wrong English.
That's very common.
No, but wrong maths. I mean, English is, फिर भी, you know, you can say it's, did you understand it? But maths में, you can't say, did you I know these days it's fashionable to say that 2 plus 2 does not equal 4. Because apparently maths is racist. You know that,
So
no?
I've heard.
Yeah, 2 plus 2 could be 3 or it could be 5 as well. If you insist it's 4, then it's racist maths. But let's be clear, that's not what maths is. Maths is very objective.
It's a hard science.
It's a hard science.
It's the hardest of all sciences, probably.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
And there seems to be no solution in sight. Is the new government not doing something to counter this?
See, you have to understand that there is a problem to counter it, no? If somebody says, let's make this a problem-solving approach, who in that meeting would have had the guts to stand up to the Prime Minister and say, पर सर हमारे टीचर की औकात देखी आप लोगों ने? I think because we're a good news society and we're averse to hearing, I bet you go on YouTube, you'll find podcasts that tell you India is best and India is the greatest, get 10 times more view than things that tell you India is shit.
Patriotism always sells. It's been selling the last 3
True,
years.
but see, delusion isn't patriotism. Delusion, according to me, is anti-national.
यार हम भी देखते हैं अपने शॉर्ट्स के अंदर ना why India will shine in 2024 उस पे बहुत सारे व्यूज आ रखे होते हैं because there seems to be people want this confirmation.
We're a good news society.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is when you start raising problems, it gets a very negative response, especially in political circles. What do you do? Because then you become a naysayer, you become negative, you're a toxic person to engage with.
You're a bad storyteller.
Yeah. You're a what? You're a shakuni, etc., etc. Or you're a mantra. What do you do?
It's better to shut up
And see,
stay in
this
line.
is how sociology, this is how society and social policy influence defense.
Wow.
So everything's interconnected. So the left is right when they say everything is intersectional. It's just that they weaponize it and use a different kind of bullshit on you, which unless we think about things carefully, we can't come back to them in any logical, systematic fashion. And the problem is the right in India is very different from the French right, which is very different from the American right, which is very different from the Japanese right. Like Manu Joseph says, the right is hyper-local and the left is completely global.
And on that right Japanese note, it is now time to eat some Japanese food.
Yes.
If you like this clip, I bet you will love the full podcast. Check it out on the Dostcast YouTube channel.